This is Julie from Julie's Canine Academy. Happy Friday. And I am out in the main room, our beautiful room, and I've got 9-year-old Leo, our Bichon Poodle mix, here nearing the end of his stay. He's got just under a week left. He landed himself here at 9 years old because, as I said in the other video, his owners had a baby, such an exciting time, but Leo could not stop barking. So much so that he had to go live with the parents for a while. So now he's here. He's learned an amazing set of skills that his owners are going to use once he's home. Not only do they have a way to stop the barking, which is very important, but they have a whole new set of skills to tell him what to do instead. That is so important. So let's stop the barking and then go do this. Okay, correct and then direct. He's been here almost 3 weeks. We've heard him bark one time, and that was when contractors came into our house. Never heard any other barks other than that. Even when we played babies crying, my dad knocked on the door and came in, nothing. He has just been such a joyful, pleasant little guy. So wonderful for a 9-year-old going through this stuff for the first time, because that is not easy. He's lived one way for almost a decade, and all of a sudden he comes here and it's like, oh, you have to walk and heel, you have to come when called, you have to sit and down when I ask, and you have to go in place and stay there. But he's just doing such a great job. He's got a really nice attitude, wants to please you, and we've really enjoyed him. So I thought I would make this video to talk about how to use this training practically around the house, day-to-day life, okay? So the first thing you'll notice is that as I'm making this video, walking all around my house, he's not following me. He's not pacing, he's not stalking the windows, he's not barking at leaves blowing in the wind, and he's not bugging Riggins, who's on the other bed. He is in command, actually. This is what we call the place command. And we basically teach this command. Our dogs will go on a bed, lay down, and stay there until they're released or given another command. And yes, your dog could do this too. Everyone thinks, no, my dog would never stay. Oh, my dog's a beagle. Beagles can't stay. My dog's a husky. Huskies can't stay. Or maybe they think their dog's just too wild, too rambunctious. But I promise you, all the dogs learn the place command and they will stay, no matter what. So notice I can walk all around the house. I can open the front door. I can look outside. I can pretend to knock, if I can find it. Hi, how are you? Who is it? Right, and our boy is staying right there, and he's staying quiet. Good boy. Why? Because we've trained, we've practiced, we've proofed. So all these scenarios are not new to him. He knows what to do in every scenario, right? So that's the big thing. The place command is what his owners are going to be using 90% of the time inside the house. Okay, so she was really concerned about changing the baby's diaper on the floor, playing with the baby on the floor, and not having Leo jumping all over them, right? So even if we sit down on the floor, he still respects this boundary. Hi, oh, you're so cute. Oh my goodness, hi, what's your name? You're so cute, I wanna pet you. Can we play? Hi, can we play? So like stuff like this is called proofing. And at this point, he's like way beyond making mistakes. He made all those mistakes in the first week or two. And if he does step off prematurely, it's no big deal. We just say N-O, click the collar, which I have in my pocket, guide him back on, and he should stay there, okay? So that's the place command. That's what his owners are gonna be using. We like the raised cot versus just a regular dog bed on the floor because it's more obvious. Notice this is raised up off the floor significantly, a couple inches, so it feels like he's in a command. We notice when we put the dogs on dog beds, they sort of can forget they're even in a command, they fall asleep, pretty soon only their tail is on it. So what we suggest to owners to do to make things more comfy is to take their dog bed and put it on top of the place bed. So like I could take that bed that Riggins is on, put it on top. Now your dog is nice and cozy and they're raised up off the ground, okay? So let's talk about movement around the house in a controlled way, okay? So I'm gonna flip the camera around, show you some ways to move your dog around the house using their training so that they're not just constantly bolting around like a lit firecracker. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is the follow around the house. So you can actually put your dog in sort of an off-leash heel or off-leash follow as you walk around the house. And you can use this to get them from point A to point B. So let's say it's potty time or it's time for a walk. Instead of just releasing him, I could walk him in a heel over to the door, okay? Or even all around the house. Leo, heel. Good boy. Okay, and now we're walking in this nice little, like, loose off-leash heel slash follow around the house. He made a wrong turn over there because I think he thought we were going down the stairs, so I tapped my tone. Tone will always get him back to your leg. Good boy. He's like, why are we walking in a circle? But you notice he's following me. Okay, so we can walk all around. If I want to take him in the kitchen, we're walking around in the kitchen. So let's say I need to put dishes in the dishwasher, and I'm like, oh, I want Leo with me to do that. I want him included. How would I do that? So you can actually walk him into the kitchen with you. Sit. Good boy. He puts himself into a down, or you can tell him down. Stay, and you walk over and you do whatever you need to do around the kitchen. And now you've got your dog in a stay command while you're doing other things around the house, right? So it's structure. You're giving your dog structure instead of saying, go roam around and make all these bad choices and I have no way to stop them, okay? By applying structure, you are keeping your dog successful and included with you in your day-to-day life. Now, let's say it's time to put him back on place. So he's in his down stay. We could either heel him back to the place bed, or we can walk over here and recall him back. Come, good boy. Place, now he's back on his place bed where he's nice and settled and content. You can even have a bone there for him. And then he's on his bed for a while. He can stay there for as long as you need him to. And he'll stay there until it's time for the next activity, okay? So let's say it's like, okay, Leo's been on place for a while, let's play, or let's go on a walk, or let's do something fun together. You can actually release him by saying the word break. Leo, break. Good boy. Hi, bud. He's so cute. And then this is your time to cuddle. You can invite him up on the couch if you want, right? But the important thing is that everything is all of this permission-based. So he's literally being guided on what to do so he stays successful. And that way, you guys can keep him in your house. Good boy. Good job. Okay. All right, let's talk about the kennel. Okay. So we're going to go down the stairs. Now, if he wasn't following me, I would be using my recall. Place. Good boy. And then you always have your kennel.